करोड़ रोज जी Institute has an extra batter, a pure extra batter that he wouldn't have had before. Ayush Badoni would not have been playing in that run chase, but he was.
Yeah, and hats off to Harsha Patel. Gutsy stuff in terms of that last over. It ends up going for 5, but a couple of wickets in it, absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, the first one-wicket win since 2018 in the IPL. Just the second instance where there's been a last ball finish resulting in a one-wicket win. So it's been one of those rare games. We've had 2 in 2 days. This is the second last ball. When this happened, missed the run out, the match would have been over at that stage. Would have been a super over. And then a great delivery. Batter misses. DK as well should have collected that. And you can see, even had he hit the stumps, Bishnoi was maybe 10 meters far into the batting crease. Look at his reaction. Yeah, contrasting emotions as we always see. Sport, close finishes. Yeah, that was in celebration, throwing that helmet.
There's been so much emotion, hasn't there, right through these last few games in the IPL. Dear me, that is just a monumental crowd pleaser. 400 runs over scored in the day. Extraordinary batting presence as well from the visitors.
And he needs 2 men to subdue Bishnoi. KL Rahul, normally not very expressive, but he knows this is a brilliant win. And this is the 3rd time that RCB have won, or beg your pardon, lost at home after getting 200 runs.
Now, big game in a way, because it's allowed LSG to get back into a bit of a groove. Because it played 3, won 2, lost 1. Now you've played 4, you've won 3. And that's what you're on about, Haydos. You'd want to be at the top of the tree at the start of the tournament and try and get some consistency right through.
The last game they chased 122, I think, to win. Small target on a difficult pitch. And today chased 212 down. Faf du Plessis 26 of 32, his first 26 runs. Virat Kohli's last 19 runs came of 19 balls. All of that will be discussed, I'm sure, by RCB, because as it turned out, it wasn't enough. 212. Quinton de Kock, not yet fit. Once he joins this team, they'll have a problem who to leave out. Maybe Kyle Mayer's couple of low scores would just help the cause and get him to open the innings. It's Stoinis after his effort today. He'll be there the whole season and batting up the order at number 4, as he should. Yeah. Picture of the happy team, the victorious team. We're going to talk to Faf du Plessis. Faf, just your first reaction.
Disappointed. I mean, obviously they played really well through the middle there, but I thought we fought back beautifully. And then that last over, you know, 1 off 1 ball, I'd fancy my chances trying to get a run out there.
Yeah, difficult match to assess because it felt like you had enough runs on the board, the way you played, Maxwell, Virat Kohli, and then in the end, Nicholas Pooran almost made a mockery of that target.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the wicket, certainly we felt, you know, when we were batting from overs 7 to 14, it was quite slow, the wicket, a little bit drier. And then almost as the innings went on the last 5 overs, I think maybe when there's a bit of moisture on the field, then the ball started skidding on a little bit better. And I think that was just the case right through the second innings. Really nice to bat on, really good for good cricket shots, and they had some really good power hitting there from Marcus Stoinis, and then Nicholas Pooran didn't miss the middle.
In hindsight, would you have done anything different at all?
No, I tried everything. I mean, I threw all our weapons that we had at him. Unfortunately, they took one of our, our strong bowlers on early on with Harshal Patel, and his first two overs went for quite a bit of runs, but then he came back beautifully. So, I mean, in terms of depth, I think we were in there or thereabouts to bring the game down to the last over from where they were. I thought it was a good fight from us. But it's a difficult place to bowl at the death. I mean, you saw when we were batting as well, that last 5 overs went for a lot of runs. So you have to be really on top of your game with the ball.
Yeah, finally, let's end on a positive note. Your innings, Maxwell as well, Virat Kohli, the way he started off. Tell us about that 6 that he hit. That was incredible.
Yeah, I was actually struggling for most of the innings. I was happy to just give the strike to Virat because he was in such good form there in the first 6 overs. So just happy to rotate the strike and almost find my way into my innings. And then I reckon about 12th over was the first time I felt like I hit a ball in the middle. But you get those innings sometimes where you have to scratch. You work out how you're going to get innings together. And then obviously, as I started hitting a few in the middle, then the flow was there again.
Thank you very much for your time and hard luck tonight.
Thank you.
Never easy batting first and setting a target on a batting pitch. You wonder how much is going to be enough. Thought they batted superbly, but if not, I mean, if Pooran would not have got out at the time that he did, they would have won with 2 overs to spare.
Yeah, fair point, Sanjay. Absolutely. He would have just cruised and kept flowing. But as it was, it added to the drama.
Absolutely. And who doesn't like the drama? Maybe the players don't. Owners of the Lucknow Super Giants very happy, and just imagine the emotions they go through. So invested in the team. When you have a night like this, never easy. Be a while before you can sleep.
Marcus Stoinis joins us. Got to ask you, Marcus, had it beautifully. Took your time to get in. Was it sort of that pitch you just had to have a little good look first?
No, not really. I think it was a beautiful pitch. I think just when I came in, it was, I think, 3 for probably 20. I knew I had to be attacking, but I also knew that it's probably a pretty important stage of the game as well.
Yeah, but tongue-in-cheek, they're being naughty because, man, did you hit it clean. When I look at you and that, what about bowling? Because you're not bowling much. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I think we need to speak to the IPL about this new rule change with the X Factor guy coming in and stuff. It's sort of just taken me out of the game with the ball. So hopefully it's good for some, not so good for others.
Don't listen to Danny, Marcus, because you got off to a flyer. You started middling the ball from ball number 1. But just tell us about the quality of the innings that you played today. One of the best that you played in the IPL?
Yeah, I think it was nice to contribute to the team. Obviously, we're only a new franchise. We're a young franchise. This year, we hadn't won away from home yet. It's important. We all are getting on really well, and it's important to get some momentum early in the tournament personally and as a team. So, yeah, it's fun to hit the middle of the bat and contribute for the team.
And tell us very honestly, at the halfway stage, did you think this target was achievable, just looking at the pitch and the history of this ground?
Yeah, we did, absolutely. I actually think we bowled really well in the power play. There was some beautiful batting from Virat and Faf. Some of those shots, you don't see every day. So I think we actually bowled okay there in the power play, and our spinners bowled beautifully. But it's a good wicket, and history suggests here that 200 is pretty much par a lot of the time. So yeah, the plan was to get off to a good start and go from there.
Well played tonight and fantastic win. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Cheeky Danny. Well, there it is, an impact substitute making another very important contribution. But those 260s, have a look at the balls it took those 2 batters to get there. 30 for Stoinis, but Pooran 62 of just 19 balls. He was on course to get the quickest IPL 50. And, well, got to say, in the end, some drama happened. They should have, maybe once they reached that stage around the 17th over, they should have won it more easily, but they got there finally.
Oh, I just couldn't help myself being cheeky with Marcus Stoinis because, man, did he hit it from the get-go. Yeah, tough for the Pacers, And you look at that with Willie, man, that was a good contribution. You think he only went for 8s, and Parnell, well, he went around the track a little bit, but 3 wickets on debut. But yeah, it gets a bit slicker, as Fuff was saying, as the night goes on. It just cools off a little and slides on better.
I just wonder whether the spin element in the bowling attack of the two sides was the difference, because Lucknow had a lot of spinning options and some of their more economical bowlers were spinners. You see Mishra there, 18 of 2. Bishnoi bowled really well, so maybe that was the difference in the end. RCB didn't quite have as many spinners, so there's some movement in the points table. Lucknow Super Giants have played 4 now, the most that any IPL team has done until now, and they've won 3, which means they're at the top. The Rajasthan Royals looking really good this season at number 2. And whereas RCB, they're at number 7 right now, and tomorrow number 9 and